The following presentation is brought to you by the Realm Network.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another TNA review with me, Shariya. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed this week's episode. I think we saw some great wrestling, we had some great mic work, and a really creepy, yet awesome segment outside of the Impact Zone. And of course, this week, TNA continued with the Bound for Glory playoffs, and of course, Broken Matt opens up TNA this week, of course calls out Brother Nero, and demands him, or commands him, to help him out in his Bound for Glory playoff match against EC3. Ethan comes out and, I was criticizing Ethan last week, but this week, Ethan kind of really stepped up his mic game. I mean, he was referencing every important character and prop from this whole Brother Nero and Broken Matt storyline. I mean, he was just so great on the mic, but Matt Hardy's facial expressions, the way he was biting and screaming like a cat, his facial expressions were just so hilarious. And if you haven't watched TNA and if you're just here to see my pretty face, I would really advise you to watch TNA so you know what I'm on about, because I gotta just say, Ethan was just so good on the mic. He was so good. So good. But Matt Hardy says that he gets a bit personal. Matt Hardy gets really personal when he brings Ethan's cats into this. He says he's going to eat his cats. That is crossing the line. I'm a mother of 3 cats. That hurts. So then Ethan and Matt Hardy have their match. And this match, I mean, it was a great match to kick off TNA this week. It was so entertaining, really entertained when Matt Hardy took Ethan's shoe off. For a moment, I thought he was going all Gail Kim on Ethan. I thought he was going to do the figure 4 leg lock on the steel post, but he removed his boot and he was going to bite Ethan's foot. I mean, that's not creepy at all, is it? But he didn't. It was really entertaining. Rebby she didn't throw it, but she gave Jeff Hardy the hammer. Jeff Hardy slided the hammer in the middle of the ring, so we're not quite sure if he's helping out Matt or Ethan. But remember, Jeff, Ethan said if you, interfere in this match, then he's gonna go to war. But yeah, it was just really, really entertaining. I mean, it was hilarious. But Ethan won with his own boot, which he smashed into Matt's head or skull. So yeah, Ethan gets through, and I mean, this was just a great match. I really enjoyed it. We see Madison, Rayne, and attention, Ali and Maria backstage, still feeling a bit of tension between Maria and Ali, and we also see Matt Hardy and Jeff backstage too. That was hilarious. But then we see the knockouts match, and of course we saw last week how Madison Rayne attacks Gail Kim. Nothing personal, but when you say nothing personal, it's usually personal. And I just saw a fly. Oh my god. Sorry. I'm really scared of spiders and stuff and flies. Typical girl. But yeah, we see the match between Madison Rayne and Gail Kim, and it was really good to see Madison in the ring. I mean, we haven't really seen her for a while, and like she said to Maria when they were backstage that, since Maria came, Madison Rayne's kind of been, pushed to the side, but, it was really, great to see her in the ring. Gail Kim and Madison Rayne, out of all the knockouts, are just the original remaining knockouts, so good to see them. I enjoyed the match, but of course, Gail Kim won with an defeat. No surprise there, but hey, I ain't complaining because I love Gail Kim. But we also see Mike and Moose backstage, and yeah, that was a very long promo, can I just say? And then Rosemary and Bram. I mean, I was on Twitter and everyone was tweeting about it. I think everyone was really impressed by this, and when I had to look for myself, I mean, this was just brilliant. We see Rosemary outside in the woods, in a forest. I don't know, she's a creepy girl. We like to hang out in woods and forests and stuff. I mean, nothing weird there. She calls Bram, and we kind of see like a flashback where she kind of shares her upbringing and life story, I guess. And you can really see the influences from the whole Brother Nero and Broken Matt storyline. I mean, I'm a film student. I've been studying film for like 4 years, GCSE, A-levels. I'm doing it at uni now, so I appreciated everything. It was so visually creative, so inviting in a creepy way, and we kind of see how she has mama issues, you know, not daddy issues this time, but mama issues, since, you know, her mom kind of didn't really heal Fifi. And if you don't know who Fifi is, well then go and watch TNA and you'll know who Fifi is. Okay, so I mean, this whole segment was just, I enjoyed it so much. I mean, it was just so impressive. So if you haven't seen that and you're just watching my review, please go and watch it. But then we see Moose's in-ring debut, and this was just, you know, a short match where, you know, Moose got to, you know, showcase his talent, and he had a match against David Starr, who's not signed with TNA, or he's not on the roster or anything, so yeah. And yeah, we really just got to see Moose for who he is. He's unique, you know, powerful, yet he can do that flying stuff. All great. But then Lashley comes out at the end of Moose's match, and Mike kind of plays like the Paul Heyman role. I mean, I don't know if you kind of got that vibe, but I did. But Mike removes Moose from the ring. They both leave, and Lashley says a few words, and then we have DJZ. He reminds Lashley that he is still the #1 contender, and he's gonna take that X Division title from him. Lashley says, you know, choose whatever match you want, and DJZ chooses a ladder match. Good match, because I don't think I've ever seen Lashley in a ladder match, and this match was so impressive. Really enjoyed it. I mean, when I say good wrestling, this match was like amazing. Both the guys, DJZ and Lashley, gave us one hell of a match. I mean, extremely impressed by both the guys, impressed by what DJZ did. It was really nice to see somebody on the announcer table, because we don't really see many wrestlers kind of, you know, get up on there. But I was really impressed when Lashley got in between the ladder whilst DJZ was on, trying to reach for the X Division belt, and he just slammed that ladder like it was no one's business. Really impressed by that. And of course, there were many good spots in this match, but Lashley, of course, you know, he gets up on the ladder and, you know, gorilla presses, slams DJZ and gets the X Division title. So he retains the title and, well, retains his championship, and he's also, you know, still the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. So that was that. I mean, I absolutely really enjoyed this match. It was really good. But then we also see Drew and EC3 backstage, you know, just going back and forth between the usual stuff. And then we see the fact of life. Now, nobody was invited this week, you know. Eli Drake didn't want anybody on, but of course James Storm invited himself. I mean, when you don't get invited somewhere, just invite yourself, okay? But James Storm asks for one more match for the King of the Mountain Championship. Eli Drake accepts James Storm's challenge, and as James Storm leaves, Eli Drake tries to attack him with his belt. Then they kind of have a little bit of brawl, and Eli Drake, you know, with advantage, and dummy, yeah! I just had to say that. But yeah, that was very entertaining. I mean, I just love how TNA are not overexposing Eli Drake. They're just, you know, giving him the spotlight at the right time, and we just want more and more. So yeah, then we see the fixer, Tyrus. You know, if you got a problem, he's gonna fix it. We also see Grado and Shira backstage. Shira is, you know, a bit upset, and that accent is just hilarious, and I love it. But he says that next week he's going to show the tribunal that they're not a joke. We see the Decay backstage already fighting, and apparently they're going to have a Monsters Ball match, and then they do, and it was one hell of a match. When I say Decay, I mean minus Rosemary, and I think either before this match or after this match, we see part 2 of Rosemary, you know, telling her story to Bram. But this Monsters Ball match is just Abyss and Crazy Steve against Jesse and Robbie E, and of course Raquel is out there too. Great match. It was really entertaining. And if you don't know what a Monsters Ball match is, I mean, have you been living under a rock? It's basically a match with all the weapons, including tacks, barbed wired boards, and Janice. Great match. But you know, Raquel also got involved in this match, but the Decay retain their titles and are still the tag team champions, and Crazy Steve licking those tacks and putting those tacks in his mouth is quite seductive, I gotta say. But I really need some answers. I need to know what's up with Rosemary. I need to know, are the Decay still the Decay? You know what I'm saying? You know, is Rosemary still part of the Decay? Like, let's get them on, you know, the fact of life. Let's do that. So yeah, that was that, and then we go into the Miracle Mike Bennett against Drew Gawain as Drew comes out, you know, moves from behind, and no one gets disqualified at this point because of course the match hasn't started. This was a really good match, and well, I liked a few bits. I wouldn't say it was the best match ever. I just enjoyed it in terms of Moose getting involved, Ethan getting involved, and Drew getting out and using, you know, the steel post that's holding the ring. You know what I'm on about. But yeah, I found it very entertaining and really enjoyed it. In my opinion, I feel like this is the most we've seen from Miracle in terms of wrestling. But yeah, Moose of course interferes again. Ethan comes out, takes out Moose, takes out Mike, gets a kendo stick, accidentally hits Drew. I mean, how many times have we seen this before? But Mike gets the pin, 1, 2, 3, and Drew Galloway is not going through. So that was that. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with Drew, but I think everyone's really pumped that Ethan and Mike are going to have a match, because, I mean, these two are just so similar in so many ways. So yeah, that is it for this week's review. Let me know what you thought of TNA this week. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I'm sorry if this review wasn't as good as last week. I'm just really exhausted. But yeah, leave a like, share this video, leave a comment if you have something nice to say. If you don't, goodbye. But I mean, tweet me at nonstop Shariya, and I'll see you next week.